It's been a while since we've been able to do one of our favorite things in the world, not just in the college basketball side of our lives, but genuinely, I'm talking my personal life. One of my favorite things to do relative to anything I could be doing at any time is react to Andy Katz lists.
Let's
It's been
go. I
like
missed.
10 months, Carter.
Yeah, has he been on? What's going on with dog Cats? Did he take a little vacation, a little sabbatical?
Contract renegotiations. Respect my
Mm.
guy. Yeah, respect my guy.
And up.
He's back though. He's back with a vengeance. Andy Katz's Big Ten power rankings are released. He put this on. Actually, he didn't put it anywhere. Big Ten themselves, the Big Ten men's basketball Twitter account, tweeted out Andy Katz's Big Ten power rankings yesterday afternoon. There were a lot of responses to this. We got some fan bases very excited about what they saw from Katz's list. We saw some fans very angry at where their team slotted in, according to Andy Katz. So let me just run through Katz's power rankings, and then you and I can maybe react to it. We can evaluate what we think he hit on and what he missed on. Andy Katz believes Purdue will win the Big Ten. The best team in the Big Ten, number one on his power rankings, the Purdue Boilermakers. Number two, the Michigan Wolverines, in Andy Katz's own words, a team that can win the national championship. Number two on his power rankings. Number three, the Oregon Ducks. A lot of backlash about Oregon at three. You and I even kind of had this little conversation on the Sleepers podcast episode yesterday, where you and I looked at each other like, wait a second, Torvik's talent meter says Oregon's pretty high here. Are we overlooking something? Andy Katz has them third. UCLA is four. Illinois is five. Wisconsin is six. Your Michigan State Spartans slot in at seventh. The defending, reigning Big Ten champions, seventh in the Big Ten power rankings per Andy Katz. Ohio State at 8, Indiana, Darren DeVries at 9, Washington 10, USC 11. I'm going to pause and take a deep breath for a moment. Too many teams in this league. Too many teams in this league. This used to be fun to do Katz power rankings reactions. Now I'm like out of breath trying to get halfway through his list. Number 12, Maryland. Number 13, Northwestern. Number 14, Nebraska. 15, Iowa. Ben McCollum. This is very low compared to where some people have the Iowa Hawkeyes this year. 16, Penn State. 17, Minnesota. Last place, 18th, the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. That is Andy Katz's Big Ten Power Rankings 1 through 18. Your thoughts, Cart?
I mean, look, I think that he played the hits first of all, right? Like, he had Purdue at one. I don't think anyone kind of thought that that would happen. I guess I got to speak on this one first, just given the reaction that it got. He had Michigan State at seventh, I believe it was.
Seventh in the Big Ten, correct?
Seventh in the Big Ten. Now, I feel a certain way about this because I feel like when we do power rankings for other teams and other conferences, there is a little bit inherently, whether we mean to do it or not, a those were the reigning champs bump. I don't know if Michigan State necessarily got that in this one, but then I take a step back and I'm like, okay, but there's also some question marks in Michigan State's roster, even given with all they have coming back. Not all they have, but the pieces that they have coming back. Um, I guess maybe it's something about Oregon being at three and Michigan State being at seven that throws me off just slightly, but it's not something that I really want to like necessarily go to war about so much because I think there's other ones on here that I'm a little bit more confused about. You had Iowa at 15, correct?
Um, Iowa 15, yeah.
I mean, we just did our transfer portal rankings. Iowa was a top 20 transfer portal class for me. I think the additions of Bennett Sturts to that team, Hausen, Alvarado, the transfer from Robert Morris. I like him a lot
You say
too.
that one again?
Alvaro?
Alvarado?
Alvaro?
Alvaro, I think.
Is it Alvaro Figueres?
Yeah.
Yeah, like him. I think Trey Thompson's actually going to have a role on the team this year too as well. So thought they'd be a little bit higher than 15th, respectfully. But when I look at the teams that are above Michigan State, Wisconsin's going to be a good team, I think, this year. Would I have flipped them maybe given, the little bit of a bump for the reigning champs that won the league by 3 games last year? Yeah, I probably would. But then after that, I'm not like to like, oh my God, this is egregious, right? Because I look at the teams above it, it's Purdue, Michigan, UCLA, Illinois, too. If they had their whole team in there, I think they're going to have a good basketball team. Um, I do want to have a discussion eventually, though, about this whole Dana Altman thing.
What do we want with that? Yeah, why?
I just, it's gimmicky. Like I get it. That was a nice little Pac-12 tournament run they had. That team also stunk and eventually won some games in I think won a game or two in the NCAA tournament, but they stunk all year.
I mean, they went 25-10, finished with the fifth most wins overall in the season in the Big Ten, more wins than
Not last
Purdue.
not last year. I'm talking about the year before that.
Oh, I mean, yeah, they won the Pac-12 tournament, won a game in the NCAA tournament, 24 wins.
What they do last year with Jackson Shelstad, Nate Biddle, and what I consider better players, better guards than they have right
I
now?
mean, I don't know. I feel like it's just in between what both sides are saying here. I actually don't hate putting Oregon at three,
I
but
don't. I just. What? Like, what's this? What is the cell? Just Jackson Shelstad and Nate Biddle? Is that it?
the sell is that Dana Altman's been at Oregon for 15 years since 2011, and he's won 20 games all 15 seasons. Like
So,
they're going to be good. They're going to be an NCAA tournament team. And yeah, I think they have two top 10 players in the Big Ten probably, Shelstad and Biddle.
all right then.
I don't know what else they have, but like
I'll
I
tell
don't,
you, nothing. That's all they got.
yeah, I mean, I would argue last year they didn't have much in between them either, and they won 25 games. So
They had TJ Bamba. He was
yeah,
good.
you're defending TJ Bamba now.
He was. I mean, I didn't like him personally, but he was a good player.
Okay. Yeah. I don't respectfully to TJ Bamba and Brandon Angel and Keishawn Bartholomew. I don't know how much Oregon will miss anybody in between their two stars. Look,
Name another player on Oregon Challenge.
Kwame Evans.
Talking
I mean, they got Sean Stewart too.
about Phil Knight, Xavier Booker.
They got Sean Stewart too. You like all Baylor's transfers? Why don't you like TK Simpkins?
I do like TK Simpkins.
You like every single Baylor player, but you apparently Oregon has nothing.
I like TK Simpkins.
Okay. Look, I think three is probably a little too high. I don't think we have to act like they're bad. Oregon finishes top 5 or 6 every year, I feel like, in whatever conference they're in and wins 20 to 25 games. Like, I think you have to believe that whoever finishes third in this league will have like a 27, 28 win season. I don't know that I would bet on Oregon to get there, but I understand how you could lay it out and have the math on it. You just got to believe Shellstad and Biddle are really good, which they are, by the way. Like they are. They're good. If anything hits in between them, that's a duo that could lead to a top 10 team in the country. We hate what they did with their offseason. Sure, I'm in on that. They didn't do enough in between them. But you got to think something will hit. And at minimum, there's a pretty high floor on a team that has one of the better guards and arguably the best big in the conference. I would argue the teams in between them, like to me, UCLA is my third best team. So I wouldn't argue Oregon behind them. But like Illinois, didn't love what they did this offseason. Like Wisconsin, I actually thought had a pretty good offseason, but like it's Andrew Rohde. Like Michigan State, don't think y'all crushed it. Like all of the teams we're talking about being good didn't exactly find killers in between their stars this year, or didn't find stars to replace non-stars. So you kind of got to just like put your chips behind somebody. I do think Oregon 3 is higher than consensus, but I'm not nearly as mad about it as the rest of the internet is. And I think Rafael Davis responded to this or something. It was like people are sleeping on Oregon, man, because a lot of the feedback to this was like, how can you have Oregon 3? I'm not all that mad at it. I'm talking myself into Oregon being top 5 here too.
I mean, look, I think I'm fine with that, but like I would personally put UCLA like above them. Um, and I would probably put Illinois above them as well.
Okay. But like if we're putting them in a similar tier to that, I don't think that's a crazy gripe. Like two or
I
three
mean, we were
spots
being
off.
real about this. The video would be 5 seconds long of me saying, "Yeah, I agree, cats."
Pretty true.
Yeah.
Um, you said with the Michigan State stuff, they're at 7. I saw Cumbo tweeted about this, and there were a bunch of Michigan State accounts that were interacting with this, like, when will people learn? Come on, blah, blah, blah. I think Katz's exact words in this video were like, front court by committee. Felt like a little bit of a shot at Jackson Kohler, who should be one of the more productive front court players in this conference this year.
He also
But
called Cohen Carr a guard.
he called Cohen Carr a guard, which Michigan State fans seem to agree with, honestly, from how the offseason has gone. So you said it, I think. This is what you said. Let me try and quote you directly here. Would have thought maybe they'd get a little bump because of last year. I
Mhm.
believe those were the words you used. Why does Michigan State deserve a bump higher than 7 because of things on last year's roster?
I think you see teams get credit for winning in the past year bumps all the time. Like I think we call it like usually we do it at like a higher level, like a team gets a national championship bump or something like that. That's a little bit different. But yeah, I wouldn't have been surprised to see Michigan State get somewhat of a won the Big Ten by 3 game bump.
But that
I'm
was
not saying
last
anything
year.
crazy. I'm not seeing like top five. Just like one spot, maybe above Wisconsin.
Like you want to flip Michigan State and Wisconsin to get your last year we had Jace Richardson and Trey Holloman bump.
Yeah, they won the Big Ten by 3 game bump.
Okay. Does last year's team that won the Big Ten by 3 games and made an Elite Eight that was centered around Jace Richardson, Jaden Akins, and Trey Holloman, does that impact this year all that much?
I don't think well, it wasn't centered around Jace Richardson. That's what upsetted us, right?
Well, yeah, one of us in November said that maybe they should start to shift some of that. One of us was very upset and we argued it for 45 minutes. But
So were we centered around Jace or not?
by the end of the
Now
year,
we're
you
set.
were.
Now we're centered around Jace. But were
By
we?
the end of the year, you were.
Oh,
If you had been in November, it might have looked a little different in November too.
yeah. Could have won it by 6 games.
No, you wouldn't have won it by any more. You had a great conference season, that is for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't
Didn't you in
honestly.
overtime with Hubert Davis or something? In that, Hmm.
Yeah. Something like that.
Didn't you lose a game on the overseas trip?
Yeah, we did. We
Xavier
lost.
Booker and Frankie Fiddler were starting or something.
We lost the FC. JJ Metz.
I digress. But my point is this: he has you 7th. That's like firmly in the NCAA tournament, and people are saying that's a slight to this year's team that's going to start Trey Fort. I don't follow the connection to last year's group to this year's group. Why are people upset about this?
Because they're Michigan State fans.
Okay, I'm just like I don't get the process of like a bump in preseason rankings based on things you did. Like, should we rank Florida first nationally because Elijah Martin and Walter Clayton were awesome?
No, but I think when we did rankings, we even before they got Boogie Fland, I'm pretty sure we made the statement that we gave Florida a national championship bump.
Yeah, in a tier maker exercise we did. We gave them
Yeah,
like the Gator Boys stay hot tier
yeah.
bump. I
And
guess if
I want to make myself very clear here. Um, like that's me fighting for a spot above Wisconsin. You know what I'm saying? And that's not really a battle I want to fight for, to be honest with you.
yeah, I'm gonna say so just so I have it clear because I all I want is to understand. You know this. All I want is to understand. Michigan State fans are upset they're not one spot higher ahead of Greg Gard, and that's what we're outraging about in August.
Oh no, I am upset about that. Others are upset that they're not probably second.
Okay, got it. Understood.
Yeah.
We're gonna do this, I think, on the full podcast for Wednesday, but quickly, where should Michigan State be in your rankings?
I would have them. I have them six.
Okay, you just flipped them with Wisconsin, but you would have Oregon ahead of Michigan State?
Yeah, I probably have Oregon. Oregon one ahead of Michigan State. Yeah.
Okay. Um, I would argue this People will be mad at this. I would argue this.
Maybe behind. Honestly, no. I'd like to stand on somewhat of business right here. I'd have Oregon behind Wisconsin for what it's worth.
Okay. All right. So then
Yeah.
you'd have Michigan State fifth, it sounds like.
Yes.
Okay. I would just argue this. People can disagree. Feel free. That's fine. I think they're getting the bump here.
Getting the bump at 7.
And I would call it an Izzo bump. Not a
Hmm.
not a last year bump. I don't really care about like last year's roster dominating that. No, it's an Izzo bump. Izzo will maximize every team he has for the most part, unless AJ Hogarth's on it and AJ Hogarth's not on it. But like let's just say hypothetically, Michigan State's roster was being coached by Steve Peichel this year. Where do they rank in the preseason? I'll answer for you. 13th. like like outside of the NCAA tournament picture. The fact that this group is 7th and we think Trey Fort's going to be the leading scorer and Cohen Carr's the all conference guy. 7th is the Izzo bump. And that's hand up. Sorry if people are mad about that. I think you could probably finish as high as like 4th in the league. They'll be good. I don't want to play y'all. You're going to sweep Michigan. It's all great. But like in terms of preseason shit, this was a very unsexy Michigan State offseason. So to be sitting at 7th and be like upset about it is just like, I don't know. Like, I think you're getting the bump you're asking for and people don't realize it.
I mean, they were going to be upset no matter what.
Eh, unless they go first, which is where you finished in the standings last year. So could happen again. Okay. What else? Let's play. Want to play a quick game of like buy or sell through this top to
Yeah, can
bottom?
you never ever bring up a hypothetical where my team is coached by Steve Peichel again, though?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Uh, it's not happy. Also, if you took this shit Rutgers roster and had Tom Izzo, let's do the inverse of it. Tom Izzo's the coach. We would put Rutgers like 8th in the preseason standings right now. Um, Too high, too low, just right. Purdue at 1,
Just right.
just right. Michigan at 2,
Just right.
just right. Oregon at 3, too high,
Too high for me.
just barely too high. UCLA at 4.
Uh, I'll go ahead and say just right.
I'm also going to say just right. I think I'd put them third, but the third one spot is just right. Illinois at 5,
Just right for me.
just right. But I don't feel easy about that. Wisconsin at 6,
Just, just right.
too low.
Too low.
I'll elaborate on the full episode of this, but Wisconsin is the team I've decided to put my faith in.
Okay. Andrew Rohde.
I think Nick Boyd's a killer and Blackwell's probably a first team all Big Ten player. No one's really
Yeah.
giving him
Winter.
any love.
Still got Winter.
Still got Winter. Like they that trio, plus you put Rhodey as a shooter next to him. I just think they're gonna be good.
Yeah.
Michigan State 7, just right for me.
Just right.
Too low, a couple spots.
Just right.
Just a smidge.
Yeah.
Ohio State at 8.
I'll just right.
Roster wise, it's too low, but it's actually too high because Jake Dealer's not finishing 8th in this league.
I think I got Ohio State finishing around this.
Okay. I'm gonna say too high. Indiana 9,
Too high.
too high. I don't like it either.
Too
Ah.
high. Too high.
Uh,
I don't just yeah, it's,
let's be quick on these last ones. Washington 10.
too high.
I'm going too low. I think Sprinkle's going to surprise some people. Steinbach is good, and Mandequit is good, and they got dudes. USC.
Too high. No arena is like I
So you have everyone in the middle of the pack too high. I have too high for USC too. Maryland 12.
just maybe too low.
A little bit too low. A
A little
little
bit too
bit too
low.
low.
A little
But
bit too low.
Buzz has a high floor, higher than 12, I think. Northwestern 13.
Too low.
Just right for me. You're buying the Cats a little bit?
Yeah, a little Martinelli action. KJ Wyndham breakout. I
Mm,
like it.
Nebraska 14.
Uh, just right.
Just
Like
right.
mass. Be okay.
Iowa 15, way too low.
Way too low.
That's the one people should be really mad about.
Yeah.
That's Katz reminding people who he is.
Right. That's Cats
Yeah.
treating McCollum like he's Cincinnati.
Katz,
He is
honestly,
him.
too, the way he unveiled this, he got through 14 picks and he was like, I'm gonna make y'all think I nailed it. But then nope, nope, nope. I'm still Katz and I got the special stuff. Penn State at 16 is too high. That's the worst team in the league, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, don't care about any of these three teams.
Minnesota Rutgers, just right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.